Welcome, everybody, to episode 208, I believe, if I remember right. And hopefully, everybody's having a great week and a great day. And we got a little rain last night. I don't know. Did you figure out how much rain we got? I don't know.
No, it was a
It,
monsoon.
at one point, it was like eight. I know, like 8 inches or snow, rain. And I know that like Minneapolis got like flooded in and stuff in some places. So
Teskit got flooded.
Teskit, that's what it was. Teskit, which isn't too far from us. So
And
anyway,
then the state fair.
oh
Our
yeah,
state fair got flooded.
State Fair got
Booths
flooded.
got flooded. The parking
Yeah.
lots are flooded. They're having to find alternative parking because they use fields.
Yeah,
So
I'd be fine, but you know,
they actually show a car like almost nose diving into the water, and it was up almost halfway up the front of it. I was like, that might be flooded.
Some people asked if I had like a boat or something. I'm like, no, I got kind of the same thing. I got like 30 inches of water fording. So the only difference between an Everglades and any other 2.3 liter engine on a Bronco is it's got a snorkel and that's it. And that really doesn't help for if water gets in there. I can tell you we can get water in there and it's okay. We tested it this week.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
yeah.
So there you go. There's that. So don't forget, we are streaming this on we're going to be recording this in as an audio format on your podcasting streaming platforms. But I will give you a little warning right now. If you're already starting to listen to this, there's a lot of visuals on this one that there may be some dead air in some places. Not really dead air, but like some places where you may not hear some things. So just be aware of that. So you might want to go over and watch it on YouTube instead this week because we had a lot of fun this week. 6 inches. Somebody told us we had a lot of fun this week at Supercell Colorado. Jeff got a chance to go. Only his second and third time off-roading this week. First time was like 2 years ago. So that's tells you something. We're going to go over some of that. But we had a lot of fun. Saw a lot of people that we hadn't seen in a while. So you definitely want to kind of probably check it out here. And we're going to have some fun talking about that. And I know it's 2 weeks in a row we've talked about Supercell. But to be honest, right now, there's not a lot in the news to talk about. So, hey, why not? It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be what we'd like to share. So anyway, also don't forget, go through, make sure that, if you want, make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell as well. So you get notified of all of our videos. Also, we do have membership available. So if you hit that join button, you can learn more about our membership. We have 2 different tiers there and you can learn about each of those tiers right there. And then just click on either one, click on the blue bar there, and that allows you to be subscribed to either one of those. And then, or if you already subscribed to one, you want to go to the other, hit that membership, and then there's a little upgrade over there, and you can do that. And you can change levels. So it does say upgrade, you can downgrade, and then of course all of our membership content will be under the membership tab. We do videos, and I still need to do a video on that, but we do usually most weeks we'll do a lot walk. This week's lot walk was at Bronco Supercell for those members that got a chance to see that. And then also we'll usually do a member live stream on Friday, which I think we're going to start getting some of the members included into. Sounds like you guys had a lot of fun the week before when we did that. And so we'll probably get those, as well as you get shout outs in our live stream and some other content too. So, we like to thank our members. So it's more of a way to support us and to help us and to say we like what you're doing. And then we like to just say thank you back by delivering some content in various ways. So we appreciate our members and we enjoy them very much. So if you want to be a member and join the fun, go right ahead. So, all right. So that's all that good information. Oh, and we do have, speaking of kind of membership, some of those things you can. I did write an article yesterday on my FordVideoGuyMedia.com. I have a blog post in there as well as information about my Bronco in there and everything. But there is some articles. I did write an article yesterday, and we'll talk about it in today's live stream as well. But you can read that article there. And I don't write articles usually even weekly, just when things happen. hopefully you find that. Also, we do have a merch site. So you can go to lawmacarthur.myspreadshop.com. Should be in the link of this video and usually under the shop on all the other regular videos, non-live videos. But this week, there is a deal going on. September 10th to the 14th, you can save 10% on orders $65 or more. And then starting next week, 9/17 to 9/21, you can save 20% off everything. So if you've been wanting some of the merch, but you didn't like the prices, try that try that out. Anyway, so all right, that's out of the way. Sarah, how did your weekend go?
It was busy. Lebo was working Saturday.
Yep.
So we hung out at the house, ran a couple of errands, got a lot done. Went over to Mom's house, hung out with her for a bit, and then went and saw Grandma. So,
Cool.
yeah, celebrated my birthday with Lilo and Stitch live action and Chick-fil-A on the couch.
There you go. Birthday was on the 4th, so wish her all happy birthday because well, I don't remember if we talked about last Tuesday or not, but anyway, your video, I interviewed you,
Yes.
went live Thursday, so check
Mhm.
that out if you want to watch the either on her YouTube channel, All Women Driven, or you can on Spotify
Yes.
if you want to listen to it.
Yeah.
So
And this week we are Rebel Rally.
yes, so you have another one this week. So this, that's
Yeah.
on my calendar to remind everybody that you're starting with your Rebel Rally videos of some of the different teams.
Yes. So starting this week, is my Rebel series, and I will have a video go live every week leading up to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
and we might have some fun news about Rebel Rally for us. We may be going.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. At least for the ending, for the final day. So we think we might be going to be there. So we might. We'll see. We might be able to do that.
Be a fun way to end the.
Yeah, because we found out
series.
the finish line is like an hour and a half from Las Vegas, so it's not too bad to fly into Las Vegas.
If that's the case, I might wait to publish my episode because that week I was going to do best of Rebel and like kind of go over what's happened in the Rebel leading up to the final day. But if that's the case, I might push my episode to later on, so that way I can add content.
Yeah. Anyway, could be fun. So we'll see here. So, but yeah, we'll talk later about Supercell. So my weekend, we were in Colorado, and Saturday was a big show day. And so we had a lot of fun, saw a lot of people. The graphics on the Bronco was well received, and a lot of people liked it. In fact, a couple of people put some Instagram posts out there and tagged me. Yeah. So that was pretty cool on that. So I would like that. And there's a lot of other cool graphics. And we're going to, here in a little bit, we're going to bring Jeff, who went along with me. We're going to bring him into the live stream. And when we get to that portion, and we'll let him tell us a little bit what he thought. And he took a lot of photographs. So he does pictures for us at the dealership. He does his own shutter duck photography. So he does his own photography. And so he took some photos, and he's sharing some of those with us on our live stream. And as well as I have some fun videos, some little clips as well that we'll hopefully be able to play. Well, we'll see how it plays. Hopefully it plays.
And just so everyone knows, his name is spelled Geoff.
Yes.
Not Jeff.
It's
Geoff.
Yep. All right. So there's all that stuff. And we did a video yesterday on the Maverick. Something I wish I'd known before I recorded that video that I know now today. And that is that we talked about Maverick, some of the updates, some of the information that we weren't aware of, because I went from the order guide and said, okay, so they didn't mention some things. So you might check out that video if you're, want to stay up to date on that stuff. But, for the Maverick, I can't remember all those top of my head, but I know there are a couple things like we weren't sure, like, okay, well, we know the XLT lost the armrest that comes down with the cup holders, but what about the lariat and the other trims? Because it doesn't say that it gets added. Because usually the way the order guide works is here's your features, and then when you get to like lariat trim, it'll say it gets XLT features plus these changes, these differences, and there's no mention to getting the armrest then. So if the XLT lost it, then the lariat and Lobo and them should say that they gained it, and they didn't. So they're going to add that to the order guide. Also, there's the controls for the switches. For some reason, the windows, every vehicle lost the up and down, the one touch up and down feature. So XLT, it mentions that it went from the all windows to just the drivers down. But on the others, it didn't mention that they received the four windows. So they said, yes, across the board, all of them lost that feature. So also the engine block heater for the EcoBoost is not available until January. So that's why some of the trim level, it is available on the hybrid, but not the EcoBoost. That's why it was on the order guide as a standalone option or a deal. Standalone option. On some of them, and I mentioned that, but on Trimmer, I noticed it was removed, and I asked about that. And they said that's because Trimmer doesn't have a hybrid option. So the others all did, except for a Lobo doesn't mention it either. And so, yeah, it will be available probably job 2. So, so that's something else to note. And then Marsh Gray, which we found out today, Marsh Gray is not going to be a color after all for 26 model year, and they're going to update the order guide on that. So,
yes,
if you wanted a Marsh Gray, you're not getting it. So, anyway, so those are some of the changes. I think there were probably one or two others that I didn't mention, but anyway, so there you go. There's some things, but watch that video if you want to see that. Yeah, stay up to date on that. So, see what else. Upcoming videos. Not sure what we're gonna do for Bronco video tomorrow. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what you have. Don't have anything, but yeah. And then we'll see what else comes along. See what else is in the news. We'll see.
Yeah.
I got some videos in the works that I want to do. There's a lot of people that are asking me about, timeline on why there's been in production status for a while. I know I did a video, but it may be time to refresh and do the video and pop it back up for people to see, because people aren't quite understanding, how that works and why it stays in production for that long, for several weeks. And so I know we've mentioned before, but we'll get into that. But there you go. There's that. So there you go. Yeah. So there's that. And don't forget about some of the channels that we like. We did see Bird Dog Off-Road was at Supercell. So we got a chance to chat with Jody and to see how things are going there. Yeah, so he's doing well. And we also saw second something. Why can't I remember his channel? But anyway, it's down in the description. I hadn't seen him for a couple of years. He said he's been busy. His channel hadn't been working. But he's he was there. So he got some pretty cool little shorts that he posted on his YouTube channel. And then who else we saw quite a few people. Mike and Amy Clouds is there. From if you guys have done your off-rodeo down in Texas, you might have had them as a trail guide. They were there and got a chance to chat with them. Brian and Melissa, if you've had them as your trail guide in Moab, they were there. Blake as well from Bronco Nation was there for Bronco Nation, but he's the trail guide in Moab as well. He was there. So Bronco Nation's booth didn't have any merch. It was more of talking about their premium services. And they did give away a Bronco off-road half day. So I got the hat here because we didn't win it. Brian or Melissa Clark won it. Believe it or not, it was like a trail guide. She doesn't need it. She won it and immediately walked over to us and gave it to me and said, "This is for Barbara." So she gave us the half day pass that she won. She gave it to us. And so we'll see. We might be going to Tennessee. It's the one I haven't been to.
I think she would love that.
She's been to Moab and Texas. She hasn't been to the other two. We'll see, unless she wants to make a trip to Vegas. Is probably one of the cheapest ways to get in. And go to it and rent a car for one day. Although the hotels in Vegas are really expensive. Otherwise, flights in and out aren't too bad. So I guess we'll see. But if we're going to, maybe we can work it around Tennessee Supercell and go while we're there.
Yeah.
It's a possibility. So I don't know. Anyway, so we'll be going to another off-road, it looks like. So last time I got in trouble because I gave it away. And so this time, she can give it away if she wants. It is hers to use.
Not going to.
So yeah, she enjoys it. She loves learning more about off-roading. I mean, we even last weekend when we went, we learned more from Melissa. It was more of we had fun with friends, but we learned a little bit more when you're coming down, braking and doing the left foot braking or active braking, coming down as you're coming down the hill. always thought about, starting out, using left foot braking, but never thought about using the brake and then just accelerating, moving forward with the gas pedal with the brake engaged. Never thought about that. But that was, because we've had situations where we're like, we'll let go of the brake and we'll come forward and then we'll press it and then we'll rock. She goes, to stop that rocking, use that left foot braking, and that helps with that. So again, we learn all kinds of stuff when we go off-roading with them. But anyway, yes, good stuff there.
Yeah.
All right. Don't know what else. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But wow, we need to do shout out to our members. So you ready for that? You tagging people? I see you over there tagging people.
Yes, I am.
All right, members, thank you for being in here, and let's go.
Okay. All right. So some of our people that commented first are not going first because all super chats get bumped to the very top of our tagged list.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we have
That must be
Alan,
new.
member for 45 months.
Wow, 45 months.
Yep.
Almost 4 years. I did the math quick.
Ford enthusiast for 29 months.
Wow.
Evening, Tim, Sarah, Richie, and the entire Long Mat crew. Hope everyone is doing well. And then we have Mabsim. Hello, everyone. Missed the last couple of likes or lives. Life happens.
Yep.
And he's been a member for 28 months.
Cool.
All right. We also have Ridgeview, our wonderful moderator. He helps us with all things in our chat and welcomes everyone in for us. And then we have our Quib. Hello, Tuesday friends. Steve Young. Alan, afternoon all, doing good here. Rob is in the chat. In fact, I think he had a comment down below.
Say Rob was there too.
Lots of fun. Glad to visit with Tim and Jeff.
So Rob won an award as well as we did.
Saw that.
So we won an award, and we took a photo with our Broncos together. So pretty cool.
Awesome.
I think it ended up being a public post. I meant it to be a member post, but that's all right.
We have Douglas waiting in Virginia. Things are about to happen. We have Mike M. Hello all. Perfect weather today. Just finished Tuesday night golf. By the way, my wife is doing better.
Oh, good.
We have Ghosting. Evening all. Ronald Smith. Good evening.
Good to see him. Used his I mentioned in the past the Midland radio that he sent us, and man, that comes in so handy and it works so well. So got a chance to use that quite a few times this last weekend.
Yeah. We have Brian Foster. I hope everyone's doing well. We are seeing a slight cooling trend, so it's a gorgeous high 70s today.
Hey, you guys, we had 70s, I think.
We went ahead and took our pool down. We had a week of below 70, and so we were like, take the pool down. Hasn't reached 80 since.
Well, we're back to long sleeve shirts here at work after Labor Day.
Yeah.
So I had to pull those out. I was like, oh, man, I don't know. But I wore a lot of vests last year, but it's not quite cold enough yet for vests. Because then I can wear about any shirt, just put a vest over it.
I've been asked the question, why aren't you in sales? I don't have a dress code.
Right.
When I'm not in sales, I don't have a dress code. I still look nice. All right, we have Steve Young. Last week, I completely forgot what the holiday. We have Mike 52G. Tim and Sarah have first time home in a couple weeks. We have Alan, Tim and Sarah. Great Maverick Monday. Mike 52G says, hey, nice Tim mug.
Right. The man, the myth, the legend.
I have one over there that says, don't be a lady, be a legend. All right. Yes, coffee time supercharges extra energy into my day.
And I didn't do one today. Tuesdays are difficult because I usually do them like when I first get in to the office. And then Tuesday, it's like I don't come in until 11. So it's like, oh, I need to get started. So
yeah. Coffee time is the internet version of the LMP package. What's in your cup?
What's in Tim's cup? Right now, it's Code Red Mountain Dew. So.
All right. You got Ford enthusiasts. Love joining the stream a couple Fridays ago. How about a weekly guest for future ones?
Yeah, I think we'll do more of that. We
Yeah.
can see who wants to come in and just chat like
Yeah.
it's just a group party.
Honorary members, Shutter Duck Photography, aka Jeff. He's also Kippick, if you've seen that one. We have seen you on pics with Tim. It will be great to see you on the McArthur Live. That was for Jeff. Let's see. Yep, they did What's in Your Cup. Gotta make sure I don't miss any of you. I don't think so.
There's according to that, there's 42 people on the stream. They're probably all members. All right, we're ready to move on.
I'm going to Moab next year. How about a meeting in Kansas? Because he'll be passing through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone passing through Kansas that wants to stop and say hi, we are open to it. Just let us know ahead of time, or be open to waiting a little bit.
I was kind of hoping we had talked about with the members in our member live that we maybe that rendezvous in the Ozark, but
Yeah.
looks like now I'm going to a conference in Vegas that week, and that weekend is when Rebel Rally ends.
Yes.
So I might actually just stay for that. And we talked about that a little bit, but we'll get into that. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so there you go. All right. Well, let's get into scheduling recap. So if I can find the, here it is. I want to scroll down. Oh, I can't scroll down. Over here. Anyway, okay. So first of all, this is the first week for new allocations for those September allocations that dealers earned to use for those November production dates. For the most part, November. There's going to be some like F-150 and Super E that are going to be still a little bit in October, but they're going to be using those allocations they earned for September on those. So about all of the plants are open and scheduling for the different models with no constraints. And the reason why is there no constraints now, but there is later in the week? Well, because now they have full capacity for that month of November. So there is no constraint. Once they schedule retails this week, then next week we'll start seeing, okay, now that we've scheduled the retails, here's based on what's left on capacity, here's what the constraints are, and here's what we can't schedule because most of the retails took up the scheduling. So anyway, so 26 Mustang scheduling, 26 Escape. By the way, this month is the last allocations the dealers are going to earn for 26 Escape, and they're doing balance out scheduling this month. So this is it. So for one, if you're going to put an order in for 26 Escape with a dealer, ask the dealer if they have allocations, because if they don't have enough allocations, there's no point because you won't get scheduled at that dealer. So you're going to need to find a dealer that has an allocation if you want to place an order for a 26 to get one of the last Escapes. 25 Bronco Sport looks like we found out recently that the order banks for 26 is going to open up October 15th along with Bronco, I believe. Although I have no confirmation on Bronco, but I did on Bronco Sport. So that looks, of course, we know Bronco is supposed to be mid-October. So I think what they've done on Bronco Sport is it ran with Maverick for a while, but now it looks like they are shifting it to Bronco. So I think because they don't open along with Bronco like they have been, that maybe that lets people know that it's not really a Bronco because it's, so now I think they're going along with Bronco, and they're probably going to have some fun with that when it opens. 25 Bronco is also still scheduling for all those November build dates. Again, that's still going to be 25 model year. No changeover yet, not for another month or so. 25 Mustang Mach-E, I believe it's going to be the same way. It is scheduling retail only too. 26 Explorer, retail only scheduling. 26 Expedition is not scheduled this week. They tend to do that a lot. It looks like the first week, for some reason, they don't schedule. I don't know why. So that one isn't scheduling yet, but they will be scheduling for the startup for 26. But I know that they're only going to schedule like 2 weeks because it's a mid-November to the end of November scheduling. So that'll be a little different. 26 Maverick. So the startup for 26 Maverick, this is where I mentioned that it's retail only for one, and they need some Lobo orders, and they're not doing Marsh Gray. And then also they reminded dealers that XL or EcoBoost Front wheel drive is available on XL and XLT again. So 25 Ranger should go along with Bronco. So it is scheduling for a full month of November. Scheduling, retail, and they need some Raptor orders for those dealers that earned a Ranger Raptor allocation. They don't have a retail order. They need them to put a stock order in. 26 Super Duty is scheduling as well, but they're going to be scheduling for September and October build dates. So again, I'd like to schedule multiple weeks instead of just the beginning week. Now, I did mention that because you had mentioned we had a customer that was interested about he had a Platinum Plus order for F450. Well, one of the constraints is Platinum Plus package. Also, the Lariat Premium package, King Ranch are constraints. So that's probably why his is not looked at. And I think it's because of the wheel, because one of the constraints is a 20-inch polished and dark carbonized gray high gloss painted wheel with the gloss black hub covers. That's the one that's the wheel that's on the Platinum Plus. So that's probably why it's having a constraint. Also, the XLT version with the bucket seats is also a constraint too. So right now. 25 F-150 is scheduling. 26 order banks not opened up yet. We know this is in the last month for scheduling. They're going to schedule 7 weeks at Dearborn, 3 weeks in Kansas City. So anyway, so they're going to be scheduling. They did say Lobo Street package is a constraint. Tremor version also a constraint. 3.5 EcoBoost engine, non-hybrid is a constraint. The black wheels, the ones on the black appearance, the Lariat and XLT black appearance package are a constraint, as well as the STX 201A wheel. And then also the tire that's on the King Ranch and the XLT 302 and 303A. And then also, let's say Raptor R. So Raptor R scheduling is going to be a little dicey this next month. And then on the Lightning 25 model year, limited availability for the XLT and Pro version. And then we're going to talk a little bit about a new trim level for the F-150 Lightning for 26 model year. They announced that yesterday. 26 Transit is scheduling for, looks like at this point, for October build dates. But they're just kind of like with Super Duty, where they schedule multiple weeks for dealers. So there you go. All right. So that's the recap for that. And so if anybody's got questions, now would be a good time.
All right. So I did have when will news on 26 Rangers come out?
October, probably.
Okay.
Ranger usually runs with Bronco, but that also means that probably Ranger, Bronco, and Bronco Sport are all going to come out together in October, more than likely. So.
All right. If the Orange Fury metallic paint on 26 Maverick is the same as it was on the 1819 Mustang, it will look great.
Yeah, I think it's the same color. When they name them like that, it'll be the same as it was before. They use the same color code.
All right. What week are you in Vegas? He'll be there late December or late September.
Yeah, it'll be October. So October 14th, 15th, I think is the conference. So
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Allocation sounds like allegations. All right. That is what I had.
All right. Okay. Well, if you want to close that, we'll go on to take that comment off. There we go. All right. Well, let's get into some dealer news then. All right. So for this week, we do have quite a few little news items here. I might need my glasses because of this. Now, last week, while I was gone, they did announce on September 3rd, so on Wednesday, right after I left, that now they have a Ford Custom Garage package for the 24 and 25 model year F-150. It's the FP, which is funny. They're going to have to rename that now. We'll talk about that in a second. FP 700S package is now available. Now, we did see that at the at SEMA, so we talked about that. And actually, I think I have some. Let me pull this up. I need to find it. Hold on. I do have images of this, what this looks like. So this is a Ford Custom Garage package. If you've done those, we've talked about those for the Bronco, but they also now starting to do them for the F-150 too. Oh, I can't pull that up. I don't have a PDF for that. Well, okay. I don't have one. I don't have that. Okay. Well, you have to check out our video we did. We did a video on it back when we were at SEMA on that package. And so this package here is going to include some cool things under warranty, or at least under your warranty. So you can put this on a current 24-25. A dealer can order it, just like the Ford Custom Garage packages. Oh, that's what we do. Why am I making this difficult? Ford Custom Garage. There you go. Explore packages. There we go. Now we have F-150. So let me share that so you guys can see it, and we'll kind of go over this. Oh, got to add it to the screen. There we go. Ford Custom Garage package here. And you see now there's a Bronco packages. Actually, it's different because it does say Mustang packages coming soon.
Yeah.
But F-150 packages, it's showing different ones available. So these are different ones. They mentioned there's a black package, a bronze package, and a trail package. And the one that kind of mentioned here is the trail package. But there is actually they only mentioned 2 on here. So probably that trail package was available before. And anyway, so you have those packages there, and it kind of tells you what's included in those. You can view those. You can order those from your dealer right now. And I think in probably 26 model year, it doesn't say here, but in 26, you will be able to order those, I think, probably. Right now, they're not mentioning it yet because 26 isn't open, but we assume those will probably be able to be ordered along with like they are in the Bronco now. And so you do have some different ones. And the one they mentioned in here, that it does come with a supercharger kit. So FP, so these 2, black and bronze, they're going to come with a supercharger. That's what S stands for there. So it'll come with that. You also get a 22-inch by 9.5 inch wheel, black wheel, and tires are required, but are not included. I don't know why they do that. Just include some tires. Anyway, so you'll have that. It does mention recommended tires there. And then rocker panel, aero, shield, delete kit. Let's go into one of these. Let's just go into one of these and take a look at it. So there you go. So there's that one there, the black one, and there's a bronze one, like I said. All right, so then the Air Design front lip splitter. You can kind of see that right there. And then we do also have the Air Design. Well, it has a lowering kit, and that's not Air Design. Lowering kit and body side decal as well. So this in here, I don't know if it's lowered, but you get the body side decal as well there. The hood decal too. And see, there's a gallery. There's your supercharger. It's a Whipple supercharger, by the way, the 3.0 supercharger. It's 700 horsepower. Thought it was 705, but 700. I think Roush's is 705. 590 pound-feet of torque. But there you go. There's a gallery. Kind of shows you what some of those, the fender vent as well. You're getting upgraded wheel. The graphics on the side, on the hood. Oh, they even give you a little keychain. Isn't that nice? The wheel lip, the lowering kit here. Ford Performance rear badge, which, yeah, well, they got to redo that. And then we do have the tailgate graphics on the back, the lettering and two. So there you go. Kind of give you an idea what that looks like for that. So both the black and bronze, it's going to include that. So pretty cool. So there you go. All right. And the reason I kind of talked about, that they need to change that wording is that this week they announced that Ford Performance is no longer Ford Performance. It's Ford Racing now. So they say the Ford Racing name is a deliberate move to re-emphasize our core mission, racing heritage, and simplify the branding back to our competitive roots. It is also intended to showcase how we are bringing our race cars and our race cars even closer together, both in terms of development and branding. So it does say in here, as part of the rebrand, Mark Rushbrook is now heading up both our Ford Racing race programs and our Ford Racing road car programs, such as Raptor and Mustang GTD. This is a clear sign that we are pushing even harder to incorporate the learnings from the racetrack into our road cars and vice versa. So, so there you go. So that's that rebranding there of Ford Racing. So there you go. So don't go out and buy all your Ford Performance gear because you're gonna need Ford Racing gear. So there you go. There's that. All right. Also, they're introducing the dealer security package to dealers. So a dealer security package is a new offering, and participation is voluntary. It includes 2 features: stolen vehicle services and dealer security reimbursement. It is available to both Ford and Lincoln dealers. So if you guys remember what we've talked about, the Ford security package that you get when you purchase your vehicle, that gets you the stolen services and some other things to help you recover your vehicle or protect it from being stolen. Well, now this is available for the dealers to use all the technologies in those for those vehicles to also get them back if they're stolen off their lot, which is really nice. So there you go. That is available for dealers to participate in. It does say 2018 model year or newer. So anyway, so there you go. That's more for dealers than it is for customers, but there you go. 26 model year Super Duty XLT premium package. There is some information here. It does say scheduled and unscheduled 26 model year Super Duty XLT pickups with the XLT premium package that do not have the required rear defrost or power sliding rear window with privacy glass and defrost as part of the XLT premium package will be amended automatically to include the rear defrost. No dealer action is required. So in the system, normally it triggers you and tells you have to add one of these 2 things to your order. But evidently the system didn't trigger that. And so some got put in there. So there you go. Even the scheduled orders, it says. So not just unscheduled orders, but scheduled. So if you're out there and you ordered this and you didn't put that rear defrost on there or the power sliding rear window with the defrost, then you might see that your vehicle probably went up in price because it requires you to add one of those 2 to have that package. So just be aware of that, if that happens to your order. So there you go. Also, the Ford is doing a Ford Custom Garage September savings incentive for dealers. So go in. The first 300 gets an incentive, a discount, limited to 2 per dealer. We ordered ours to get this, and does mention in there the different packages available to order. And this is on an ordered vehicle. And I think what came out earlier, the trail package came out, and I don't know, I don't have any information on that, but the F-150 Dark Trail, which we kind of showed you a little bit of that on there, that is available to order on an F-150 now. So if you order them with your vehicles, which is what they're trying to push here, then your dealer can get a discount on that. So anyway, and that can help with install, whatever it is, whatever the dealer wants to. So those are cool. They're really pushing that, and that's good to see. So, and they mentioned the dealer meeting. So I'm not there, didn't go to it, but they really mentioned that for the dealer meeting. So anyway, so there's that. And then the 26 Ford Guest Experience enrollment is now available for dealers. And this supports dealership team building and culture by delivering consistent guest-centric experiences. The program includes 6 in-store visits with dedicated consultant access to digital tools at no cost. So they're really trying to help dealers do a better job with their guest experiences by giving them training, which is, I think that's really great that they're doing that. So we always participate in about all that. So we'll probably be participating in that as well. So, all right. And the only other thing, there are some order guide updates, but I haven't had a chance to go through them. So on the 4th, both the 25 F-150 and 26 Expedition was updated. And on the 5th, the 26 Super Duty order guide was updated. So I'll try to take a look at those and get some information on what was updated on those before next week, and see if I can give you that any tidbits that I can find in that. A lot of times it's just mistakes that they found, that they updated, especially this early when it comes to like 26 model year. That's usually something they found that they messed up on. So there you go.
All right.
Oh, and then the other thing was the F-150 Lightning. So let's actually go over and show you that. We'll do the From the Road article that came out on that, if I could find it. So where's that at? Well, let me see if I can find it here. Here it is. All right. Let's add that. There we go. So F-150 Lightning STX trim level. So that is going to be new for this next year, 26 model year.
I like that graphic.
Yeah. So the STX gives customers a rugged range they've been asking for. So what this is this is going to be in place of the XLT trim. So the XLT trim is going away. STX is coming around. So you'll have that as a trim level. And this is your off-road version in a sense. So they're using some of the gas version DNA of the trimmer, and they're bringing it to this trim for the Lightning. So it's an STX off-road. And it's going to give you, of course, the same and also it'll be extended range standard. So right now XLT is standard range. And so for this version, it'll be standard extended range. So it'll have the dual motors and a 290 range and 536 horsepower, 775 pound-feet of torque in standard rear locker, as it mentions there. And it will also have some of the components like the running boards. So it's the textured running boards that we see on the trimmer, also on the Raptor, that'll be on there, and also the same wheel and tire from the trimmer. So you're going to have that 18-inch wheel, black wheel, right there that you're seeing with the all-terrain tire from the trimmer. So you're getting a little bit of that DNA. And then inside, you'll see the STX stitching, blue stitching. Let's say Lightning STX with the blue stitching, and then all those things. And then this is going to be available in the new color, Argon Blue. So we know that's coming to the F-150 and the Lightning for this next year. So Argon Blue will also be available in Marsh Gray, Ruby Red Metallic, Agate Black, Antimatter Blue, Carbonized Gray, Oxford White, and Star White. So it'll be available in all those colors. Coming in at MSRP of $63,345, I assume before destination delivery. And it does say that expected to be in 26, what did it say? Arriving at dealers in early 26. So I believe production will start on these like in I think December, somewhere around there probably, because I know that the plant in Dearborn is going through the middle of December. So they'll probably start production on this late December or early January. So timeline. So you're probably looking February when he's going to start arriving at dealers. But you got to order them first because dealers we'll probably order some of these. But it really gives, it's kind of cool little features there. So nice graphics on the side, right? There's also graphics on the hood that they don't show in here that's in their images, but you'll have that as well. Heated steering will be included. It'll still have all the other XLT features, but we'll get you heated steering wheel. Heated seats are actually standard equipment on all of your Lightnings, but that's also going to be included too. So anyway, 12-inch screen instead of the 15 like on the Flash, but there you go. And then, and then the grill is going to have the grabber blue bar through the middle of it. So it looks real sharp. So what you need to do, everybody needs to order the illuminated logo on that because that'll look real sharp. So with that, so there you go. There's that. So, all right. Any other questions? Got recalls to do here, but.
Oh. Since it's in the chat, has the Bart's family ever owned a station wagon?
No. Minivan once.
I remember that van. Mainly because a rock was thrown through the window.
I'm not that old, folks.
Didn't you ride in a station wagon growing up?
Yeah.
Your parents owned one.
Yeah. Yep. I remember riding backwards in the station wagon, looking at people on the back.
All right. What turbo V6 was offered in the Flex? Do you know that?
Can't remember.
I found it 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6 that became an option, particularly in the limited trim, providing 365 horsepower.
Because I don't think that was the standard motor.
No,
I think the 3.5, non-EcoBoost was.
This engine was introduced to offer V8-like power with V6 fuel economy.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Okay. Recalls?
Yes.
All right. Let's see if I can do it. Oh. I can't. There we go. All right. So we'll get into recalls. We just got a few here to cover. So this first one here is a compliance recall 25C37 for a 22 model year F-150. And so this in here affects only 1,247 vehicles. And according to Ford's records, certain 22 model year F-150 vehicles may not have the remedy for compliance recall 22C22 installed correctly, but was recorded as having to receive the repair successfully. Because the correct software update may not have been installed on these vehicles, the underlying conditions specified in that recall may still exist. See, and this shouldn't count as another recall, in my opinion. But anyway, they're giving a different recall because they weren't installed correctly. So you have that. So letters are going to go out to those people that were in those situations this week. So they should receive those. This next one is Safety Recall 25S65. This is actually a supplement to the original recall that came out June 27th. And the reason for this update was all the model year Mustang Mach-E vehicles involved in this recall, 21 to 25, can now be updated. It says owner letters will be mailed out this week to provide an update to those owners and the technical instructions as well. So let's go over this because this affects 196,925 Mustang Mach-E's. And this is the one that we've been waiting on that we kind of talked about. So in all of the affected vehicles, in the event of an unexpected 12-volt battery discharge below 8.4 volts at key off, the front door electronic latches retain their last lock-unlock status. If the driver or front passenger exit the front doors using mechanical inside release handles, the doors may remain locked when they are reclosed. This may result in an unexpected lockout condition for the driver and front passenger without the ability to immediately re-enter the vehicle. An occupant may remain inside the vehicle, inside a locked vehicle, and unable to use the indoor lock release handle, may be unable to rapidly retrieved by a passenger who has exited the vehicle. So this is especially kids in car seats and that kind of stuff. So now they have the remedy, and Desay software is now available for the 21 to 24 model year vehicles, and owner letters are expected to be mailed for the week the week of September 8th or sooner. Well, it's September 8th, so it's not going to be sooner. The software for 25 model year vehicles was released June 27th, 2025, and owner letters of the 25 model year vehicles were already mailed the week of July 7th. So they already should have received theirs. So you can go in and get this fix taken care of. There you go. All right, next up, another Mach-E one. This is Safety Recall 25S81 for 21 model year Mustang Mach-E vehicles. And only 8 vehicles are affected by this one. According to Ford's records, 8 21 model year F-150 Mustang Mach-E vehicles may not have the remedy for 24S65 installed correctly. Right, this is one of those where they didn't get it installed. So 8 people didn't get it installed correctly. They will be mailed letters next week for them. So, and then Safety Recall 25S49, supplement number 1. So the advance notice on this one came out already, and this is an update already to that. And what they did on this one here was all vehicles have a software update available except for the 22 to 25 model year Transit and 21 model year Bronco Sport. So it does say in here they added additional information needed for those, and labor hours were updated too. So anyway, 1,083,182 vehicles are affected by this, but the update is available now. So, and some of the vehicles that were repaired or in the process of being repaired at the assembly plant. Some of the affected vehicles, the information screen may freeze, followed by a black screen and/or a system reboot. This occurs during a backing event. The rear view image may be frozen, missing, or delayed. So anyway, so this looks like this recall is available, but not it says parts to repair this condition are not currently not available in sufficient quantities to service all of the affected vehicles. It is 1 million. So you'll get letters. Will go out as parts become available. So it says the mailings will be available during beginning of fourth quarter. Dealers should repair any affected vehicles that arrive at the dealership, whether the customer has received a letter. So as long as they have parts supplied. So there you go. So there's that. All right. Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Oof. I need to turn this up. Need a little more air. It's a little warm in here. I'm right beside the monitor over here. All right. We're ready for our topic.
All right.
We're ready to switch out.
Your turn. Bring your chair.
All right. We're going to switch out because we're going to talk about Bronco Super Celebration. All right. So we're going to bring Jeff in here because he got to go with me to Supercell. And there you go. All right. So while they're coming on over, so Bronco Super Celebration course, Tom Bronco Driver Magazine does this, 4 times a year, really. The Tennessee is the big one. You also do have the also in Colorado, Wisconsin, and Nevada. Nevada's coming up in a couple months, but yeah, Wisconsin was like in June there at Wisconsin Dells. Of course, Tennessee is in Townsend, Tennessee. So you have that. And so that's coming up. There we go. We got a chair. Now we just need somebody to put in the chair. Anyway, I'm a huge fan of the Colorado one. Of course, Colorado is closest to us, but also has some great off-roading out there too. It's just a lot of fun to go out there and enjoy some of that. Now, we do have pictures, we do have videos and such like that we're going to go over. So each of these supercells are a little different. We kind of talked about that last week and how they're a little different. So Sarah's going to stay in the chat. So if you want to have any questions, drop those in there and she can still help with that. Or if you have any comments, she'll be in there commenting as well. So welcome, Jeff, with a G.
Hey guys.
So you got a chance to go to Supercell Tennessee or Supercell Colorado, and even has one of the hats that we got from mach-e Bronco Club.
Still haven't got one.
Yeah. Well, I got one, but I don't know if it's an extra. Anyway, so so we had a lot of fun, and first time going to an off rodeo. Now you went to Bronco off rodeo with me and your mom, Moab. Full day one, but not as a driver. So you sat and you watched.
Yep.
And then so really that was in 2023.
Yeah.
And so this time was the first time for you to be able to actually off-road again.
Yep.
And we let you grab the wheel there, and you went twice, did 10 Cup.
Yeah.
And then we did our mystery. I'm calling it Brian's Way. Brian's Way to the top of Cumberland Pass, and it's not a trail that's on most of the maps. It's not on the Fun Trucks map. It's not on Onyx either, but it's there. You can, if you actually look closely on the Onyx, you can see where the roads go. But anyway, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah. So how did you like? Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really cool seeing all the Broncos and talking to all the different people and what they've done with their Broncos. It was real cool.
They're I like to say, like the old Broncos at Tennessee, there's like over 1,100 Broncos there, and the old Broncos I feel like they're more show Broncos than they are Broncos they like to take off-roading. But there are some. But at Colorado, it seems like almost all of them, they're not show ones. Yeah. They're like they're taking them off-road, and they all come back dirty and everything. So but we do have some of your photos.
Yep.
We could do that. Plus I have some videos of us on the trail as well. But so basically, what usually happens at Supercell Colorado, a little different than Tennessee. Tennessee, I think, is more of a social gathering. There are some destination drives and some things like that, but I feel like there's a lot of people still in the show field. Whereas Colorado, about by 9 a.m., 9:30, everybody's going out on some sort of trail, some drive, and the show field's pretty empty. So we actually had a booth this year, but we kind of hung out in the mornings. But then once everybody else left, then we went out on trails too. And then they come back in the evening, and usually for an hour or two that they chat and that kind of stuff. So the first day we went out, we didn't get Wednesday was our drive day. We got up there Wednesday, and so we didn't get to participate and go out Wednesday. But so Thursday was the first day we went out on the trails, and so we were going to go do 10 Cup because you haven't done that, and that's kind of the one everybody does, get your feet wet, that kind of stuff, and so we wanted to go do that one, and actually Brian and Melissa joined us on that one. So let's see what pictures we have here. I think I got to do this. Oh wait, I think I got to open it first. Where did we put those? Here.
There were. Desktop. You are on the desktop. Should be.
Where are they? Did it download them as a? Oh, you put them in there. Where are they?
I mean, they're on the desktop. You can just go to the desktop and do it.
Ah, there we go. Right here.
Yeah, that one. Oh, is it not going to?
Right here?
Good. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to pull that up, and then we're going to go through these. And let me pull that up. There we go. So we're going to go through, and of course, you'll notice that a lot of you took these photos, and you do the photos for us here at the dealership. I need to move this over so I can see these.
Go this way. Something like that.
Oh, I accidentally went forward. So that first photo you had there that's from our campsite, right?
Like
BV overlook and beautiful views in the morning. So that's a great shot of the mountains that we get to see every morning when you get up. So that's pretty cool. Of course, also you got a lot of pictures of different Broncos here. So this is Chris Greenwood's Bronco, and he is raced in Nora. I think he's won Nora. That's a 1974 Bronco that he rebuilt. He found it in a field or something and rebuilt it up. And so his team does a phenomenal job. I got a chance to talk to them and chat with them. The navigator for him as well. Got a chance to talk to them for a little bit, but that was a lot of fun seeing that. And that's what a cool Bronco. They actually have 5 different things on there from different trails or the Nora and Baja.
Yeah, apparently, I think he said one of them he went the opposite direction, like reverse.
Yeah. So, and I think that year they did it in reverse or something. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
So, and then there's a couple cool ones. Now, the one on the right over here, that is actually the Orange Crush one that was at SEMA that Tom owned. And he put in SEMA. It was in his magazine. And then, of course, the left one is just beautiful. It was there all week and just looked awesome. And then, of course, a little bit of the Broncos and with the mountains in the background. Just always looks phenomenal. You have some cool. There's a Bronco there that you really liked.
Yeah,
the Bronc Bus. You can find him on Instagram. His graphics just looked phenomenal there. Of course, the Boss 302 was there. We saw that one there. I'm not sure what they are on Instagram, but check out that suspension. Like I said, that thing was ready to go out on the trails. It's built for the trails, not just to be showing off, right?
Yep.
And then that's one of our. That was when we went up to Cottonwood Pass. So we decided this is the day we went to 10 Cup, and when we go into 10 Cup, we took the non-traditional way. A lot of people like to go to St. Elmo and see the chipmunks, and then go take the 10 Cup. We did it the other way. We went up Cottonwood Pass, and as going up there, we saw this moose. Actually, it didn't look like that. It looked like this. Can you see it?
Can you find it?
Can you find it? So this is the switchbacks from the top. And Jeff, you did a pretty good job with your camera zooming in on that.
Isn't that crazy? It's the same angle. The difference is the zoom.
That's pretty awesome. So we did see that. Anyway. And then, of course, coming back down Cottonwood Pass, you got a couple images there of Brian and Melissa's Bronco. not Bucky's, what they like to call it, with their method wheels, and it's a 2-door Badlands. Is not a mid package, but it is a Badlands, and they added I don't think it's not Sasquatch. So there you go. And then there's some videos, some pictures on the trail. Of course, that's going up Cottonwood Pass.
Yep.
Pretty cool pictures. And then there's the sign at the top. So I drove on the way up, and I don't know if I can add can I flip back and forth? I'm going to see if I can add a video file. Let me see if I can add a video file and do both. So if I remove this for a second, can I add? There we go. So this is actually not a tin cup. Actually, that's not. I don't actually have the video on that, so we're gonna pause that for a second.
A couple of ways to go.
All right, we're gonna pause that because I was thinking I forgot that I didn't have the images of that. So of the tin cup going down. I actually have them, but I didn't have them ready in time. But because the dash cam that I had. Remember, we forgot to download those photos, so we didn't get the video files from your ride at Tin Cup. But there's at the top, so Continental Divide, and then some cool pictures.
There's a chipmunk.
Chipmunk.
I was like, oh.
And that wasn't down in where there's a bunch of 1,000 of them either. This was up there at the top.
Yeah.
And then, of course, also after we did Tin Cup, you got pictures of Cascade Falls. If you've been there, so that is a beautiful, great picture there. But Cascade Falls is pretty awesome. And then when we got back, they were messing around trying to get this teeter-totter.
Yep.
And you got a good image because they don't stay up their level very long.
No.
So you got a pretty good picture of that. But they did get it to stay stationary for a little bit there. And then, of course, you got one with Melissa, too.
Yeah, I have 2.
Yep. You got 2 of those. So there's Melissa doing it as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure the time that she was up there, but somebody said they did it for 4. They were up there for 4 seconds.
The longest was 4 seconds.
So that's crazy.
Which is pretty good.
I mean, that's a round. Yeah, that's crazy. But that's Melissa and her Raptor that she'll be racing at Rebel Rally. Fender flare to be is shipment. It'll be here soon. Anyway. And then so the second day we went out. And we went to, this is when we did our Brian's Way, our mystery little course there. And so also we had some of the different groups from Mile High Bronco Club, I think, that went out on, they did Tin Cup, the non-traditional way as well. And we saw them over there. So this is Shelby Hall's off-road. This is the chase vehicle that they use for Shelby Hall off-road when she does Baja and different things like that. So anyway, and then so pretty cool photos of Liberty Firearms. So this is Wayne was driving it that day, and he parked right beside ours. So pretty cool. So side by side there. Yeah, his bull bar. Mine's in black. His is in orange. And then a cool picture of we had Steve P went along with us. So we had one member that went along. I don't know if he's in here, but he went along with us, and that's a good shot of the mirror with him in the behind
I don't know
us.
how I got that.
Following. Yeah, that's pretty cool photo.
See all the mud too. Fender flare.
Yes. The Bronco got a little muddy that day.
Oh yeah.
So it was raining that morning. Pretty good. It wasn't letting up.
Cloudy. Yeah.
Yeah, but we decided to go out anyway because I knew mostly it was going to be rocky, so I knew we were going to be fine.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so that's the front of it. So
that's one of the.
You can kind of see what that looks like. Oh, and the deer.
Yeah,
I get pretty good at spotting the deer.
Yeah,
I found a lot of deer on the trail when Jeff was driving, and these couple ones when I was driving. But there was actually 4 together, but these 2 were right next to each other, so it was pretty cool.
At the same time, I don't know. There was a lot.
Yeah, we had like 4 that we saw on the way up, and then that's a pretty good shot at the top.
Yeah, I think that was right at the top.
Oh, that was on the back side. So this is the back side that if you take the traditional way of doing Cumberland Pass, you don't see this view. This is on the back side of that, which is why I like going up this way, is that you see different views that you don't normally see. So, and then there's a good picture from that where you were standing and looking at that other picture. You can turn back around and got a picture of us there. So Steve P's Bronco, he's got a 2-door Badlands edition there.
Cool Bronco.
He had a pretty cool. He's got a pretty cool
He's
Bronco
got
with
a
some
whole cool.
mods.
The setup he has is really cool.
He's got the
He's got all kinds of
Heritage
stuff.
grill on the front of it, and it's not a
Yeah.
Heritage, so it's pretty cool. And there's one
There's
of
the muddy
there's the muddy Bronco with the.
mountains.
I washed it twice that week.
Yeah.
Um,
This is
and-
right at yeah.
Yep, that's looking down. Right after that, it divides up. You can go up to a more challenging way to come down, or you have this one coming around. It's kind of like a shelf road in a sense.
Yeah.
And there's the Broncos at the top of Cumberland Pass, 12,000 feet. So pretty cool and phenomenal views. We're going to watch these videos in a second. You're going to
Yeah.
just be able to see that. And then
There's
again,
another deer.
yep, another
think-
deer that I saw, I spotted
I think that
while we were going 20 miles an hour down that road on Cumberland Pass.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's a deer. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, I'm just good at finding them. I just, anyway. All right. And then back
This
at
was
the,
right. This was once we came back, I believe.
or the next morning, because it looks fairly clean. Oh yeah. Well, I know why it looked fairly clean, because you washed it off.
That's right. 'Cause we went mudding.
You went mudding and splashed it around. Bird Dog Off Road. That's
This
why
was
he's
the
called
next
Bird
morning, I
Dog.
believe.
Yes. This is the show day.
Yeah, that was the show day. Saturday.
So that's one of his German Shorthair pointers. It's got two of them.
Gorgeous stuff.
And then this in here is the Skunk Ape. If you're follow them,
Yeah.
that's their Bronco, and they have some really cool graphics on the side of it. A pretty cool shot there. And then of course a line of the Broncos along there, along with Scarlet Misadventures. That's their Bronco. I think this is Bird Dog's Bronco. Down here we have the green one right here. I believe that's Rob's right down there.
Yep.
So Pure Blind had one in there, so that's pretty cool. And then there, Saturday is when they did the trying to get those go up on the flex test, and he actually went all the way to the top.
This guy did. Yeah, I don't have a far angle of it, but yeah, he went all the way up and then he fell down. It was really cool.
Yeah, all the way up.
That's
It's
kinda-
crazy. None of them went over on their sides this year like
No
they did last year.
rollovers.
No rollovers.
Not that I know of. I
Uh-huh.
don't think there was.
But some pretty cool. You grab some of your favorite Broncos. It looks like that one's pretty cool.
That one's got cool graphics.
And
This is
that's the
my favorite.
graphics that you like. The Bronc bus.
I think sweet.
There you go. And then those are real cool graphics.
Yeah, that's great.
See, even close up, they look really good. You know.
It
Anyway. And then there was one with some Ford
was really
letters,
cool.
carbon fiber with the
It was like
orange.
a carbon fiber and orange. I thought it looked pretty cool. I think no, okay, never mind.
And then I can't
Oh,
remember.
sweet.
She's kind of goes along with one of our Maverick people. They have an Area 51, and that's an Area
Yeah.
51. So she really embraced the aliens there with
Yeah,
the
so
Area
there's-
51.
Can't see it, but there are aliens.
There's aliens in there. She
Alien
got it
ships.
dirty. She went out on the trail, got it dirty, and there's aliens right there as well.
Yeah, and it's like there's stuff inside too. It's really cool.
Yeah.
This
And
one's got a cool
armadillo roof on that. So that's a 2-door armadillo roof. I don't think Armadillo Designs didn't have a booth, so I don't think it's theirs, but there you go. And then that's pretty cool. And there's their Instagram right there, L Bacon. But they have I noticed their graphics is
The
really
graphics
cool.
are good. Yeah. They also had orange wheels. Look pretty good. They have the orange beadlock.
Yeah, orange and green look good together.
Yeah.
Back in the back, this is
That's the
Amanda
Molly.
Walden's
I think I have a
Bronco
shot
back
of-
there.
Oh no, not in this. I do have a shot of that one. Okay.
And then there is
The Galaxy.
Vagabond. So she's iVagabond, I think is what it is. And she's really big on Instagram. So she's there's her Bronco, and she had a lot of fun this week too. It looks like from some of her posts. So, and then we got an old Bronco
Older
too.
Bronco, yeah. I love that color.
And then there's somebody had
Yeah, that one's really funny.
added the extra. That's really cool. It'd be cool to do that with a wrecked Bronco. So what a lot of them will take a wrecked Bronco, but that actually looks like like an old F-150
That's what I
body.
was gonna say. It almost is longer. I wonder if
Yes.
it's never 50.
I
I
think
actually got to talk to the guy that's his Bronco, and he's really nice.
pretty cool. And then this in here.
Peak blue. It's hard to tell that it's peak blue.
So this is a Peak Blue Heritage Limited Edition, and I don't think a lot of people realize how rare this is.
Yeah.
So because Peak Blue wasn't available until like at the end of last model year, it only ran for a short run. And so this is more rare than the Yellowstone or any of the other colors for the Heritage Limited Edition. So if you have a peak blue one, hold on to it, because I think that thing's gonna be worth some money, because it's a very short run, and it was really cool to see them there. Anyway, oh, whose is that? We had no problems because we kept that right side up the whole way. But there you go. So there's your pictures.
Yep,
they're pretty cool. So there you go. So maybe we should, Sarah, if we had any questions or anything in there. All right.
Nice picks, neat vehicles. Jeff, trade your mach-e for that poster Bronco.
I'm good. I'll keep my mach-e.
There you go. All right, so I do have some videos, so hopefully people don't mind that.
The videos are pretty good.
These are all the dash cam videos. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to do some of the others, but
Go this way.
Was there trains?
no. This is on the way up. They should be able to hear both us in the video here, but this is on the way up. As we come up to, you can see there's an old mine right here, and actually that little part right there almost need to engage the rear locker. But
I think here's where we engage the rear locker.
I would say, and then last week, like I said, we ran this on Sunday of last weekend, and on this section here, I think I had Barb engage the rear locker. I wanted to try it without it, and I got up it. Just got to keep your momentum and keep your wheel going, and so you don't slip at all. And then you can get up that. But so there's a little bit of that right there. And it was raining while we were up going up this.
I think it stopped.
A little bit.
It let off just enough for us to get out.
And here's when you get close to the top of this section on the back side of this. I just want this clip so you could just see what it looks like once you come over that and you go, wow. Because the road goes two ways, the left side and the right side. So this is where you took that photo.
Yeah. That was about the same time. You might even hear me take the photo. Not sure.
Yeah.
To get some shots, yes, I did. And when I was off-roading, I did kind of look at the wheel.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Alright. Holy crap. The fact that this exists is just insane.
So
And then we can
there it is, the drop off, and down below you can see the creek. So that's why I did this shot, but
around. It's unbelievable.
so what was fun, the reason I put these clips in is that how you hadn't seen this before, and for you to just be in awe over this, it was what I kind of wanted to show as an impact on this. But so this is Slaughterhouse Goals. This is where you drove.
Keep your left tire up there on that. If you can.
I thought it was going the other direction.
Yeah.
Or not.
Okay, that's good. Keep that.
This is where I didn't want to trust you, but I trust you.
Yep.
It's like, okay.
There's a reason it's a gulch. Right here, you see it.
It was a cool trail. I liked the whole trail. It was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, it was this one.
Yeah, it's coming up.
You drop. You're good. You can come this way a little bit more. Come this, right there. Stay.
It was fun.
Come this way. Just a little. Right there. Straighten up. There you go. Holy mackerel. You want to kind of put both tires on both sides.
It was terrifying.
A little passenger. Nope. Right there. Keep it. A little more passenger. A little more passenger. More passenger? More passenger. More passenger. There you go. God, you better be lucky that I trust you enough. Oh, I've done this trail 5 times, dude. Insane.
So we got wheel lift on that section right there. The back wheel was off the ground.
There you go.
That was awesome.
It's awesome, but also ooh. Remember, 3rd trail ever.
Jeff's picking good lines.
This is his third trail ever driving off-road.
Awesome. He was doing really good. I'm watching the lines he takes, and he's doing really well.
I had to add that in there because DP just was, something surprised that it's only the third time been on the trail, but so you did a good job.
That was, I think, the only spot that you
got
got
stuff over here. You can't see.
And right here, remember, there's that stump that you
good?
couldn't see.
Go straight, straighten it up.
Yeah, and then you're
Nope. Yeah, right there. Keep going. I know it's gonna look like you're getting close to that, but that's fine. Keep going.
Those trails were pretty tight, too.
Slowly, not that much. There you go. Go for it. Okay, I think you're clear. Straighten out. There you go. That's the teamwork. You being able to look over here for you and see that stuff.
So it really does on the trail. It does take a team, of me looking out on the right side and you on the left side. And a cool cabin there.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. There was, I think, 2, weren't there?
I thought there was 2, but for some reason I only remember 1 that day. But they have you can't see it in this image, but there's a Christmas tree over there. But
yeah.
Oh, here, saw another deer.
Another deer when you came
Yeah,
around.
You guys see the deer?
It's very camouflage.
Oh, no, I didn't take it.
So anyway, but the red tree, kind of blends in with the coat more. I saw his ears turn out. Yeah.
I was like, it was after, wasn't it? Yeah, this was fun. We were dying.
That was deep. Woo! Again, right at the roof. Well, let's see if I can. Right for it, you still have water coming down the hill after you. Yeah, water's still chasing you. Like it's gonna. I want to see if they didn't go through it, but I don't.
I think eventually the water catches up.
Or just put your wheel up here. You got one. I told you that water was coming. That's from you.
He's splashing
got
so
it.
much water.
I'm gonna got it.
All right, and then our favorite watering hole.
Yeah,
I got all 3 clips of you going through. You went through this so many times.
I did. I think. Yeah.
And I do have some video of DP going through this too, because I was recording it, but I didn't have it in time for the live. I think it's on my Instagram, but I got all the 3 times you went through on the dash cam.
Did I do it 3 times?
Yes, you did. That's thinking because my seatbelt's not on.
Oh, I can do that all day.
It was so good.
There you go. So
I almost get it from
there's
my
a
mom.
few videos there, but anyway, but yeah, I had a blast. What was your favorite things?
Oh man, that second trail that we did was a lot of fun. That was probably one of my favorite trails. And then I really enjoyed seeing all the Broncos and getting different photos and everything. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I did show an image of there, but we did see snow on Mount Ontario.
I do have shots of that.
The day that it rained so much, we came back after going on the trail on the Bryan's Way.
Yeah.
We came back and we look up and go, where'd that snow come from?
It
wasn't there earlier.
No, it wasn't the morning.
It was at night when we went to go get dinner. Because we went
Oh,
back to
right,
the
yeah,
campsite and we went to go get dinner.
Yeah.
And we look, we were driving along. And we're like, we got a good shot of the mountains, and there's just snow on Mount Ontario.
Yeah.
And there's some people that actually went on that day.
Yeah.
And
And
she
it
didn't go all the way to the
snow.
top because it's pretty sketchy, but also it was just snowing up
Yeah.
there. And that was
It was
crazy to go up there. So, and then I think Saturday after we were done from our campsite, we could see across, and we saw headlights up on the mountains.
Yeah.
They're like, there's a light up there. I said, I think those are headlights. There's somebody on a trail up there. And then on social media, I did see it was like Bronco Bandino and some of the Broncos of South Texas that were driving. That's the Mount Princeton Trail, which looked like a lot of fun. I think that's a trail I'd like to do the next time I got to Colorado. But that looked like a lot of fun. So Mount Ontario, and I want to do Mount Princeton. Those are 2 ones that I haven't done. I've done a lot of these other trails, but those are 2 trails I want to do sometime. But that was a lot of fun watching them coming down and seeing them on the post on social media the next day. It was crazy, but that drive's not getting too bad. When we didn't have the camper with us, we got out there. And, the Google will always tell you this is how long it's going to take to get there, and of course you got to stop for gas, bathroom, food, right? We got there in exactly what it said, 8 hours.
Yeah.
So we chipped away at it on I-70 to be able to chip away and actually do it in 8 hours. I was surprised. I'll come back for the camper. It took, I think it was 8 hours and 20 minutes, which is still pretty good with the camper because I don't go over 80. But it was a blast. But anyway, so you had fun, enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a great trip.
Yep.
So,
and we did good with the Bronco, and
we didn't.
Had some
We
fun.
didn't have any problems.
Nope, no problems. Just with the rear locker. Of course, to be honest, neither one of those trails we did on our trip that we engaged a locker at all.
No.
Never did. Now we did the weekend before. We did. Well, we didn't want that one trail we did, but when we did American Flag Mountain coming back down, I had to engage the rear locker a couple times. But and thinking about that, I've said that we need to have a rear locker needs to be an option, but there's a lot of these base and big and standard big bends that could do a lot of the hard trails we did without a rear locker and really could get away with it with the right technique. And like I did on that one section, I didn't have to engage a rear locker just by using momentum and left foot braking. You could actually do it without a rear locker. A lot of the trails, even in Colorado. Yeah. So it's amazing. If you want to do some rock crawling out in Moab and such, you're going to need at least a rear locker. But, but all right. Yeah. Any questions, Sarah? Do we pop in there? Pop any questions you have?
Oh,
saw that. No questions.
No.
Anything you want to mention?
No, that's about it.
Yeah, there was that was only a few of the photos you took.
Yeah, it was a fifth of them.
Yeah,
so I took a lot. Well, that was the good ones, by the way.
Yeah,
I took 1,900 photos, and I only kept about 250. So,
but you may be posting some of those on your Shutterduck photography.
Yeah.
Instagram probably.
You talked about the show, right?
Yeah.
Patch swap and everything.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the patch swap. We did a patch swap, the raffle giveaway where won that. We actually won the award, won an honorary award for our Bronco as well. There were about 300 Broncos there, maybe.
Oh,
I don't know. Like but that was anyway. And then so we won a Bronco off-road deal from Melissa. Donated it to us. Gave that to us. But yeah. Anyway, anything else you're thinking of?
How'd your booth do? Yeah,
we had a booth, and some people are like, well, why are you here? You're from Kansas and everything. So I think it's just because I was going to be there anyway. So it was just an opportunity to help donate to Bronco Driver magazine and everything by sponsoring them and doing a booth. But we actually didn't get somebody wants to order a Super Duty with us from that. Cool. That was there. We also saw customers that had purchased from us and that were there. And it was nice, seeing them, but also letting people know about our YouTube channel too, and letting them know that what we do.
Dealers go to it.
Yes.
So you are
the one.
A star in the dark sky there.
Yes. There weren't any other dealers there. Really not a lot of vendors at the Colorado one. So if you're, really, if you're looking to do mods and such, it's the Tennessee's one's the one you need to go to.
Yeah.
That's the one that will have a lot of those booths. If you're looking to do new mods and such, go to the Tennessee one. Colorado is the one if you want to do some trails. And there's a lot of groups going out. Every day there were so many groups going in groups of 8
big groups.
8 to 10. Some of them were even more. I think one of them said they had 24 on the trail.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I know when we did 10 Cup, we only passed 2 groups, and they were the old Broncos. It was a group of 8, and they actually had to tow one down the mountain. Yeah, I mean, old Broncos happens. And then we saw another small group with Amy and Mike that came later in the day, and they went by us. Mostly, they had some old Broncos, but they had some Gen 6s too. But so we saw some groups, and all that. But it's a great way, especially if you're going to go to Colorado, there's groups you can go with, so you don't know that you're not going to get stuck. You're not going to get left behind because you're going with the group.
You can also kind of learn a little bit.
Yes.
The right niche of friends.
Yeah. Yep. Yes. And so that's what we did 2 years ago when Sarah came along, is that we did all the trails with 20 Broncos for Bronco Nation. That was one that we did with Brian and Melissa. We had so much fun the first day, we did it second day and the third day. And we learned so much from that. And we also, I got to go on 3 trails with a group. So then the next summer when I went with Barbara, we knew what trails we could go on. We knew we could do Hancock. We know that we could do Tin Cup and some of those trails. So we were able to do that. And like this last weekend when we went, we did American Flag Mountain, which I had done before, but when we did it with them 2 years ago, we went up and then came back down. I want to do the backside, and so going with Brian and Melissa, because I don't think I would have gotten up that one section without her. And so, it was I don't know. I might have been able to, but I don't know. I would have probably broke something and banged something up. I went up it and didn't touch it all. And I was pretty happy about that, and with just the rear locker. And so, so that's, doing it with a group, then you know what kind of trails you can do. So like if next year, if I went and we did Mount Ontario and we did the Mount Princeton, we probably would want to go with a group. They could do it. So, anyway. So all fun stuff. But anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me on your first live stream.
Yep. First time being on.
So, all right. Cool. Well, thanks for joining me and being my co-driver and driver for a while so I could find all the wildlife.
Yeah.
All the deer. Anyway. All right. We'll bring Sarah back in just to wrap this up.
Switch out.
All right. All right, and then we're going to throw it out for Q&A. For some reason, I can't get this to zoom down. Just scroll down to the Q&A section. I think this is it right here. There we go. Weird. All right, so Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, drop those down in the comments, and I can answer any other questions there for you guys. So. Well, thank you, Anthony. Of course, said McArthur #1 Ford dealer in the U.S. So anyway, so thank you. Of course, he bought a Bronco Sport from us. So, and I think he had asked, and some of them said, could a Bronco Sport Badlands Sasquatch go on some of those trails? And they could easily have done Tin Cup in some of those trails. Hancock, probably not because of the clearance. But definitely they could have done Tin Cup. And actually, I don't see why it couldn't have done the trail we did with the members either. I think, going up that one way was rocky, but there were maybe a few that might have touched if he didn't put his whip. Being narrower makes it a little easier to navigate and go over the right rocks so they wouldn't touch. But then definitely Slaughterhouse Gulch they could do.
So my question, did you see many Bronco Sports?
There were a few there. There were not a lot, but there were a few. So, and like I said, there are trails you can do. There's some that, I would recommend no. I mean, like when we were there 2 years ago, Melissa had asked that who's got a Bronco Sport. And if they had a Bronco Sport, then they were going to have to go up and come back down that one because they weren't going to be able to go back over, right, or whatever. And so knowing that. Also, there's some Raptors. Like the trail we were on, I wouldn't have had a Bronco Raptor go on. Unless you're okay with pinstriping on your Bronco, and that's when you get the scratches.
Which,
right,
like when we went on,
which we got anyway.
when we went on trails with them 2 years ago, she actually did say, "Hey, sorry, Bronco Raptors, but this is a bit tight for you." So yeah, they're
right. Think of that. And they had their Raptor there. In fact, Brian and Melissa they purchased a Bronco Raptor, and they didn't bring it. Because they knew the Colorado trails are a little narrow for Raptors. One of the reasons why I like going to Colorado and doing the trails. We'll probably at some point go to Oklahoma and do the sand dunes. But I do like going and doing those and having that wider, Plus,
I think the sand dunes would be the speed of what my kids, my crazy kids would want to do. I'm not sure they would like rock crawling or mountain driving. Maybe that's where we do our family.
It's a little slower.
Yeah. They don't do well with that.
slower paced. I will say this: so most of the trail what we were doing for airing up and airing down our tires, so people are aware. Brian and Melissa, they tend to do is they air down to about 25.
Yeah.
And then they air down and they just leave them there. And they drive back on the pavement with 25. And you're about there. You can still drive on the roads. There's nothing wrong. Just don't take any corners like you're racing or anything. And so they do that so they don't have to keep airing up and down each day. But the Steve P liked running his a little lower. So he went under 20 pounds. And I said, I'm going to try it. I lowered mine down to 20. And I will say, because the weekend before I ran it at 25 pounds of pressure. And so I was able to drive it at 20 pounds of pressure on the switchbacks going down Cumberland Pass. And I will say it was a much smoother ride. It wasn't as much of this jarring back and forth with it.
Yeah.
So that is something to think about. Brian and Melissa are used to it, running those roads and going 20, 25 down those and getting the bumpiness and like this and feeling comfortable. So I think in the future, I'd probably air
one
down.
thing is, if you are new to off-roading and bumpy trails like you have in Colorado, be ready for a good core workout.
Yes.
Because you need to keep yourself as still as possible while you're driving. I think when I drove Tin Cup, the day after, I was so sore. Like full body sore, because you're trying to keep your legs still, your upper body still, and your arms still, so that way you aren't jerking the steering wheel while you're jostling around in this vehicle. So,
and something else to note and how to show how great I think that the Bronco ride is, the seat is. So you got to remember, we drove to Colorado.
Yep.
We drove trails all day long. We drove around, we drove back. So I hit the reset when we had already left Salina, and we were in the Bronco for 32 hours.
Wow.
32 hours in the seat of the Bronco.
Well, we've done, like when we went to Colorado, we did a whole day of, we drove down, did 3 different trails through 3 different days. And then we went off-roading on that Saturday, stayed for the little show, the giveaway, and then we headed home that day.
Yeah.
And then we also did Michigan.
Yep.
We did out there, the next day we were, of course, walking around, but then we went out in the dunes. Next morning we were back in the dunes first thing, and then we drove home, hours upon hours upon hours. But the Bronco doesn't make you feel like that. It makes you feel not horrible.
I think Brian and Melissa also upgraded their suspension to the Haas 3.0 and their 2-door. Yes, he has. In fact, Melissa did an article on that. Of course, our suspension isn't the standard suspension either. So my reservoirs I can adjust. So like on that, I adjust them to 2. Yeah. So they handle. So what they're going to do is it's going to allow for the travel of the shock. So which I think sometimes in that situation helps. Because then while you're going along and you hit that bump and the suspension needs to go down, it's going to go down and hopefully come back before you go down and up. So that makes a difference too. It allows for me to help with clearance more than I normally would. So some of those, I know theirs is more of an active. It's the Haas 3.0. It allows for that as well because it has that reservoir on the side that actively does that. So that does help too, which is a better suspension than the Haas 2.0 suspension. Probably that, like you're saying, Rob, does help with that ride. So maybe they can ride a little bit better, whereas us, it may be a little rougher. But because mine's not actively adjusting, it's going to do the same thing all the time because I have it adjusted at that level, which I left it, I think. So on the weekend, I put it down to 1 because I wanted to see. And then but I had the tires at 25. And then this last time I just took it down to 2. And then we had the tires when Steve P and I went out we had that at like, the tires were at 20. So, which worked out pretty well. So anyway, yeah. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Rob went out. He did mount Ontario one day. He did get a flat.
Yep,
so
he did. He said that.
Yeah, he mentioned that. He got a flat, but he was able to get it replaced. He put a spare on,
Good.
on the trail, which is awesome. So I had asked if he had an off-road jack, and he said he did it with the stock jack. And I'm like, really? Wow. I don't know. I just know in my yard I had an issue with the like. I don't even think I tried the regular jack for it, but yeah, that's pretty good. That means it'll go pretty high, but which is pretty cool. And then he got also replaced the spare replaced in town, so he had a functional spare
There you
in
go.
case he needed on the trip home. So, but anyway, yep. So some fun. But anyway, and then a lot of good discussion with people and everything. So yeah, so good stuff. Anyway, all right. Any other questions, comments,
Mhm.
statements?
What do I have tagged? Mike M donated. Thank you. He says, do a Ford event, Bronco, Mustang, if you can. It's fun.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Find your niche, find your group. The Bronco ones are a lot of fun. Even the destination drives, even like Tennessee, there wasn't as many off-roading that we did, but like doing Parsons Branch and going through the water, and even getting on Tail of the Dragon was a lot of fun, with the Bronco. And then we did with Henry, we did a drive to, I don't know, I can't remember where we did a drive to. We went over into North Carolina. But that was a lot of fun, and he took us over there. I mean, there's a lot of fun destination and beautiful scenery in
Yeah.
Tennessee as well. So no matter, Tennessee may not have all off-roading, but there is Windrock. So people
Yes.
go to Windrock. It's no different than where we're at Buena Vista going an hour over to Taylor Park to go off-roading. Windrock's about the same distance. And maybe in Tennessee, when next time we go, maybe we'll go over to Windrock. But I know the reason I've stayed away from Windrock is that Dave and Kelly have always said that it's super busy there at that time of the year.
Yeah.
Because there's usually all kinds of side-by-sides, and they said they won't care. They'll just run right by you and run right over you. So I'm just like, well, maybe I don't want to do that. So that's why I've stayed away from Windrock before. There was a place that Slowburn did some off-roading, but since it rained a lot, I decided to stay away from that because I heard it was mainly dirt trails. And but I don't know. Anyway, so there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all fun. Find it or find your group. Like we've done this a couple of times now, where in July, like 1 July, because we did the trails at Supercell. So then 2 Julys ago, your mom and I went, just the two of us, and we went on the trails that I knew that I could do, on our own, But then this last year we came with friends of ours,
Right.
and then Labor Day weekend, we met up with friends of ours, Brian and Melissa, as well as some customers of ours that have become friends. Heather and Bill Cox came along with us, and we had a lot of fun, finding that a little group that can go and just hit those trails and just have some fun,
Yeah.
So it's a good time.
Yep.
Definitely. So anyway, I decided though that I want to be a professional trail guide. I just want to do that for a living.
Retire like
enjoy it.
Brian and Melissa. And
I just want to do that all the time.
retire and become a trail guide.
Start your own trail guide. Yeah. So Brian and Melissa have BAM Adventures. You can check their website out. Check it out. And they actually do ghost tours and stuff like that. They've completed the first ghost tour, and it went really well. They
Ghost tour.
Yeah. So they went into Nevada. So
Okay.
they take them into Nevada and everything. There's a lot of ghost towns in Nevada.
Ghost
Towns. Yes. So they call it
Okay.
ghost tour. Ghost town tour maybe is what they call it. But yeah, they do some of those, and they've done. You know how
asked-
Brian is. He knows his history about different things,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's a
I
lot of
asked
fun.
Jeff about what is it? I asked him about it by
St.
name.
Elmo.
Yeah, I was like, hey, do you guys go to St. Elmo? He's like, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what the names of these trails are. And I was like, the ghost town with the chipmunks. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want anything to do with the chipmunks. That Amanda was up there and got bit by one of those.
Well, we were there.
Yeah.
But I'm over here like feeding them, and they're climbing on me and they're on my hand, and I'm like, I'm living my Disney princess dreams here.
Until one of them bites you.
It's only natural. I expect that, like, when I'm feeding my chickens, they do a really good job about not grabbing your finger while you're feeding them treats. But I wholly expect that every once in a while I'm going to get pecked. Do they draw blood? No. If they do, you throw some antibiotic ointment on it. But if you are feeding wildlife or you have them climbing on you or you're allowing that, you have to expect at some point you may get bitten. I wholly expect it. I'm not surprised if it happens.
All right. Ford Enthusiast said he's going to be at a car show for charity this weekend, this Sunday. That's awesome.
Maybe I need to take Lebo on a ghost town tour.
And of course, Rob made it home safely without having to use that spare. That's good.
Hey, there's a Tim here. Hey, there's a Ragnarcon in here. There's a Tim here. Wonder who's in Vegas.
Oh, the dealer meeting.
Not the Tim.
No, I don't get to go to those. I went one year because somebody got sick, so I was able to go. But yep. So we'll see. They'll let me know what they saw, but it's not like I can post any pictures anyway or anything. So it's not much. I mean, no reason to have a video guy there if I can't do videos because it's you have to put your confidential with your phone and things. You can't talk about it. So kind of like the Lobo F-150 that is now released. Saw that 2 years ago. So it takes a couple of years before you see it. Like SEMA, I was like, oh yeah, I saw that at SEMA a couple of years ago. Remember that on the trail? So
For Ford secret guy.
yeah.
Pretty
So
much.
anyway, but yeah, there you go.
New channel about nothing.
I can't talk about future products.
No, that's the whole premise. You just have shorts going, I saw something cool. Can't talk about any future products. And that's it. Ford secret guy. And then once you're able to talk about it, that's when you go, all right, head over to the other channel to find out what I couldn't talk about.
Remember 2 years ago I told you I couldn't talk about this? Now I can. Go on.
Okay, I'm liking this.
All right. Well, I'm out of Mountain Dew, so that means that's a night. So anyway. All right. Any other statements, questions, or anything? All right. Well, that's it. Okay. All right. Hope you guys hopefully have something cool to talk about next week. I don't know. We never know. We'll see what's coming out. Maybe F-150 will launch. I don't think it'll launch. I don't know. It should be coming up this month. F-150, 26 model year F-150 should be opening this month. It's got to be because they're going to start scheduling next month. So, so that's got to be. So we'll see how things go. And I don't know. We'll just see.
Let's bring a guest in.
Yeah, might have to do that. So, all right. Well, thanks guys for joining tonight. Hope you guys got something out of it or had some fun. I know we enjoyed it. So thanks a lot. And yeah. Anything else?
No.
All right. Well, until next week or the next video, stay positive, be kind to one another.
And be kind to yourself.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.